Good day everyone and welcome to Learn English with Blaine, and this video is your introduction to the present continuous, also known as the present progressive, and this is video number 1 because I will be making more videos about this topic in the near future. So let's take a quick look at our agenda. So first of all, we're going to talk about how to form sentences using this verb tense. So we're going to talk about how to make positive statements, how to make negative statements, how to write questions, and also the 3 uses of the present continuous as well. So, and I will leave the link to my website in the video description of this video. And you will find another explanation there in addition to exercises. And I will be adding more and more exercises there every month. So let's talk about this verb tense. So the present continuous is a verb tense that may be used to refer to an action that A is happening right now at the moment of speaking, B is happening now in your life, but not at the moment of speaking. And C, it can be used to refer to an action that's happening in the future. So let's take a quick look at that again. So the present continuous is a verb tense that may be used to refer to an action that is happening right now at the moment of speaking, is happening now in your life, but not at the moment of speaking. And C, it can be used to refer to an action that's happening in the future. So we will take a look at each of these individually, but first, let's take a look at how to form these sentences. Okay, so for example, when we are making a positive statement, we can say, I am working. You are working. He is working. She is working. It is working. We are working. They are working. And you are working. We've got 2 U's here. One is singular and one is plural. The singular one can be used if you are speaking to one person, and the second one down here can be used if you are speaking to more than one person. And the way we are going to form these is by having the subject, a form of to be, and then a verb with the ing. So in this case, for example, I is the subject, am is the form of to be, and then we've got the verb with the ing. And then depending on the subjects, the form of to be is going to change as well. So we will say I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, they are, and you are. And then the form of the verb at the end is going to be the same throughout. Okay, let's take a look at making a negative statement. The only difference here is that you are going to add the word not between the form of to be and the verb with the ing. So we will say, I am not working. You are not working. He is not working. She is not working. It is not working. We are not working. They are not working. And finally, you are not working. Okay, so this is how we will form the negative statements using the present continuous. Now, when it comes to questions, instead of beginning with the subject first and then the form of to be, we are going to switch these around so that we are going to begin with the verb with the form of to be. So for example, we would say, am I working? Are you working? Is he working? Is she working? Is it working? Are we working? Are they working? And are you working? So again, we're going to begin with a form of to be, and then the subject, and then finally we are going to have the verb with the ing. So let's take a look now at the uses. So use number 1, actions that are happening right now at the moment of speaking. So here are some examples. I am studying at the moment. I am studying at the moment. You are working very hard right now. You are working very hard right now. He is walking to school. He is walking to school. She is getting ready for the party right now. She is getting ready for the party right now. It is running fine at present. It is running fine at present. So we often use it for objects such as cars, for example. We are watching television now. We are watching television now. They are reading the newspaper. They are reading the newspaper. You are cleaning the house. You are cleaning the house. Now, for this use of present continuous, we can use time expressions such as at the moment, at present, now, and right now. So we can see in these sentences, we are using these time expressions, but we don't need to. For example, we can say, I am studying, he is walking to school. So we can say here, I am studying at the moment, or we can say, he is walking to school. So we don't need to have these time expressions, but we can if we really want to stress that we're doing it right now. But they are not necessarily needed for that. Okay, that's use number 1. Let's go on and take a look at use number 2. And this is to refer to an action that's happening now in your life, but not at the moment of speaking. So here are some examples. These days, I am studying at the university. These days, I am studying at the university. You are doing very well at school. You are doing very well at school. He is looking for a new job. He is looking for a new job. She is working at the local gas station. She is working at the local gas station. It is giving me a lot of trouble. It is giving me a lot of trouble. And again, this is referring to a car that is not running well. Number 6, we are working on a new project at the office. We are working on a new project at the office. And finally, they are getting along very well these days, or they're getting along well these days. Note, the speaker is not doing these actions now in the moment. There are actions that are happening in the life of the speaker, but not at the moment. So here's a note. If you have not seen someone for a long time, that person may ask you, what are you up to these days? What are you up to these days? Or they might say, what are you doing nowadays? What are you doing nowadays? So let's repeat these. So if you have not seen someone for a long time, and imagine that you were sitting down and you were having dinner with them. Okay, so you have not seen someone for a long time. That person may ask you, so what are you up to these days? Or they might say, what are you doing nowadays? So these are two ways that you can ask somebody, what are they doing with their life these days? Okay, so this is the context, right? So they're just sitting down and having dinner. In response to that, let's take a look. So this person is saying, so what are you up to these days? So what are you up to these days? Nowadays, I am working at the bank down the street. So notice that the speaker is not doing this action now in the moment. They are actions that are happening in the life of the speaker, but not at the moment. So when you see this person saying, I am working at the bank down the street, it does not mean in that moment she is not working at the bank down the street. They're having dinner. But with her life, in her life right now, she is working at the bank down the street. If any of you have any questions about this point, just send the question in the comment section below the video and I will be glad to respond to that. Or this is another variation. So we have this one. So what are you up to these days? Nowadays, I'm working at the bank down the street. Or she can say, so what are you up to nowadays? And she can say, these days, I'm working at the bank down the street. So let's take one more look at that. So I'm just going to go back here. So we can say, so what are you up to these days? And the person can respond. We can say these days or nowadays, I am working at the bank down the street. Or the person can say, so what are you up to nowadays? And the person can say nowadays or these days, I'm working at the bank down the street. And one more time. So when we are referring to these sentences here, right? When we're looking at those sentences, the speaker is not doing those actions now in the moment. They are actions that are happening in the life of the speaker, but not at the moment. So we're going to go on to our last use number 3, which is used to refer to an action that's going to happen in the near future. Okay, so you can say, for example, I am leaving soon. I am leaving soon. Number 2, are you coming to my party tomorrow? Are you coming to my party tomorrow? He is doing his homework after supper. He is doing his homework after supper. She is coming in an hour. She is coming in an hour. It is running out of gas. Again, speaking of a car. We are playing next Monday. We are playing next Monday. And number 7, they're getting married in June. They are getting married in June. So again, here we are using the present continuous, I am leaving, as a question. Are you coming? Are you coming? He is doing. He is doing. She is coming. She is coming. It is running. It is running. We are playing. We are playing. They are getting. So these are present continuous sentences, but we're referring to an action that's happening in the future. And we know that because we've got expressions like soon, tomorrow, after supper, in an hour, next Monday, and in June. So we can use these time expressions to show that we are talking about a future action. So I want to thank all of you for watching the video. I hope you got something out of it. leave your comments or your questions in the comment section below this video, and I will be very glad to respond to those, and I would really appreciate it. And again, if you like the video, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.